AITA for accidentally ruining my girlfriend's career? Hi everyone, I'm in a tough spot right now and I'm not sure if I'm the AmItheAsshole or not. My girlfriend, 27F, let's call her Sarah, and I, 26M, have been together for 3 years. She's always been passionate about her job as a teacher and has worked really hard to build up her career. However, a few weeks ago, I accidentally stumbled upon some photos of Sarah on Instagram that I had never seen before. They were pictures of her in some very revealing clothing, and some of them were even nude. I was shocked and confronted her about it, and she told me that she used to be a lingerie model before becoming a teacher. She said she stopped doing it because she didn't want it to affect her career, and she thought I knew about it already. I didn't know how to react at first, but eventually, I told a few of my friends about it. One of my friends is a gossip and ended up telling someone who works at the school where Sarah teaches. Long story short, the photos somehow got into the hands of the school board, and Sarah was fired for unprofessional behavior. Sarah is devastated and blames me for ruining her career. She says that I should have kept my mouth shut and that I betrayed her trust. I feel terrible about what happened, but I didn't know that it would lead to this. AITA for accidentally ruining my girlfriend's career? AITA for letting my boyfriend's cat outside? My boyfriend of a year owns his own place and has a cat, Libby. She's 2 years old and has always gone outside. He is stopping that as he said she injured her paw quite badly and had scratches on her after another cat attacked her. He said a few of his neighbors have become concerned recently as their cats have also become injured. She was quite poorly and it cost him a lot in vet fees. He gets it's a change for Libby as she has been meowing at the door to be let out, but that it's for her health and safety, and he said he's planning on building some outside open-air cage thing so she's still outside but concealed in it. I was there the other night and Libby was meowing at the back door. I said that it wouldn't hurt to let her out as she was very loud. He says, ignores her for 10 minutes and she's fine, and told me not to let her out. She seemed really insistent, so I let her out. BF was none the wiser, but after a while he noticed how quiet his house was and started to look for Libby as she normally cuddles him after not being let out. He started freaking out when he couldn't find her and I told her I let her out. He got really angry and asked, "UCK, would you do that when I told you I don't want my cat outside?" He started saying I'm rude, insensitive and horrible for what I did. Libby came back after like an hour. She was fine. My BF kicked me out and has been cold to me since. He says that he doesn't trust me in his house anymore or near his cat. She's a really sweet girl and I love her and I don't think I did anything wrong. I think he's being really paranoid just cause he got hurt once. I'm trying to make him see my POV, that he's being too overprotective and he says I'm in awe and that he needs some space from me. AITA for calling my sister stupid and her husband, kitty parents from the start, because of what they want to name their kid. Okay, so just a little context because this topic is incredibly touchy for me. I am a man who was given a woman's name at birth. A good example is naming your son Alice. It's not what my name was, but it's close. My parents are hippies and gave their oldest son a girl's name to stick it to the man, and I will never forgive them for it. That name caused me to be bullied and damaged my professional life in ways I cannot describe. My sister is pregnant with her first child. A girl. She and her husband are ecstatic. It just sucks that she inherited my parents' stupid propensity to see their children as fashion statements. Last night, she revealed to the family the name of her daughter. It's Crextexel. She wants to name her Crextexel. Confused. The name is pronounced Crystal. I already don't like that name, but it's at least appropriate. I was not surprised to learn that my mom helped come up with the name. When she told me, I told her it was a terrible idea. If she wants to name her Crystal, name her Crystal. She tried to explain to me why the X is a rather, and I just told her it does not matter. Naming a human, not a dog. I don't care what kind of fashion statement she's trying to make. This is a person who will have to live with that name until he die or has it changed. She and my mom brushed me off as just complaining because I was never able to accept my name. I told my sister she was being either selfish, stupid, or an incredibly strong combination of the two if she thinks her daughter will want a stupid name like Crextexel. We got into an argument and I told her I already see her and her husband as hitty parents for using their kid to be off-brand with her name and left right after. My sister is not taking it well at all and my mom is furious with me. I'm starting to wonder if I was too harsh. I will not change my opinion. Incredibly stupid name. But I'm wondering if branding her as a hitty parent was too far. AITA for not eating what was made for me as it was served. I gave birth 2 months ago, And everyone says I should be eating less because I'm not eating for two anymore. But I'm actually hungrier now than I was before. My sil said she was also really hungry after giving birth, but says it's your body tricking you and you have to ignore it. She said to be careful, because I'm much shorter than she is and will gain weight faster. She offered me some food to help out. Yesterday she brought over lunch for everyone, and it was a salad. I was pretty hungry, because I hadn't eaten since breakfast, so I added boiled eggs from the fridge and some cheese. My sil said it turned her low-fat meal into a fatty one and defeated the point of her bringing food over form. She pointed out that my husband, who is and more muscular than me, didn't add anything to his lunch. I said I was hungry, so I had to add things. She was upset and left. My husband thinks I should have just eaten the salad as it was and eaten a snack afterwards so as not to hurt her feelings. Maybe he's right, and I was ungrateful. But when I'm hungry I want to eat what I want. AITA for ruining English Mother's Day for my former adoptive mother? My former adoptive mother was also my stepmother. She and my father forced the adoption on me against my will when I was 7 because she couldn't have children biologically. My mom was dead and they felt like she deserved the official mother title and a place on my birth certificate. I never wanted it and begged them not to but was ignored. They even lied and said Dad was sick to push the hand, because apparently with me saying no, they needed something that would make a judge think it would be in my best interest. So they pretended Dad was worried something would get worse and the judge decided it was safer for me. I never forgave them. I went no contact 7 months ago when I turned 18. I asked my maternal grandparents to adopt me, to erase the original adoption. My stepmother is English and ever since I knew her she celebrated both the UK Mother's Day and our Mother's Day. And then around midnight last night I made a Facebook post thanking my grandma for adopting me and being a great mom to me. I don't even celebrate the UK's Mother's Day but Dad's parents reminded me about it and said I should post something knowing she would see. They weren't thinking of announcing the adoption thing. But that's what I did. Woke up an hour ago and she saw it thanks to other family members being friends to both of us on Facebook. I was told by an aunt that they're really angry and saying I'm in awe because they had no idea I was no longer legally their kid. AITA? AITA for missing my birthday party? My parents are divorced and they take turns throwing me a birthday party each year. This year it was my mom's turn to throw me a party. However, my mom's parties are always so lame and this was my 16th party so I wanted something cool. My mom always invites her family who have a bunch of little kids that I don't like and she won't avenge at my favorite cake because it's peanut butter cake and my brother is severely allergic to peanut butter and she gives me some crappy cheap gift and get food from some cheap awful restaurant or even worse, cooks herself. So this year I told her I want to spend my birthday with my dad but she insisted on throwing me a party and no matter what I said she wouldn't accept not to throw a party so I was like fine whatever. I told my dad to throw me a party and it was awesome until my mom called crying, telling me how much I embarrassed her by not showing up to the party she threw and everyone at the party saw the pictures I posted on Instagram from my dad's party. Now my mom's extended family all think I'm asshole. AITA for refusing to help my family without evidence of a written, emailed, or texted agreement. My family likes to assume I will do whatever they want. I got a call at work once asking why I wasn't at the airport to pick up my brother-in-law. Apparently they asked me to pick him up a few months ago. I asked them if they could provide me with an email or text where they told me the date, time, or flight number. Nope. That was straw. My mom and dad gave me hit and tried to make me pay for his Uber. So I sent my entire family an email followed up by text. I would not be doing anything for any of them unless they had written confirmation that had agreed to do so. My dad has been awesome about it. He had to have cataract surgery last week. We spoke a month ago. He then followed up with an email with the time, date, and location of the appointment. He also asked me to confirm that I had agreed to take him and pick him up. Easy peasy. The rest of them have been a pain in the ass. My mom asked me if I could watch her and my stepdad's dogs while they were out of town. I said yes, just send me the information about your trip at least a month in advance so I can make sure to rearrange my plans. I got no further information. Last weekend my boyfriend wanted to go to Banff. So went. My mom called me on Thursday to ask where I was. I told her that I was in Banff. It became a huge deal because she was leaving Friday morning. Oops. I told her that I hadn't made any arrangements for the dogs since she never told me when she needed them watched. She said I was being an asshole and that it had slipped her mind. I told her I would be back on Monday night and that she could kennel them or leave them with my sister until then. She said not to bother. She ended up just leaving them with my sister. My sister is *ist at me, so I forwarded her a screenshot of the text where I agreed to watch the dogs as long as I got the requested information. I told her I would cut my trip short immediately if she could get my mom to show me when she sent meth information. I got a call from my mother telling me I was being difficult and that if I agree to do something I need to follow through. I could provide dozens of examples of my family asking me for a favor and then giving me all the information I need to do it. But I could easily show you half a dozen times where they either claim that I agreed to do something but cannot provide proof, or where they expect me to change my plans last minute because they forgot to tell me everything I needed to know. I'm not going to change. If my 76-year-old dad can bend his neck to tell me everything I need to know to help him, so can everyone else.